Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dill, and today we're going to be talking about the best abilities your wide receivers can get to start the year at Madden 22 Ultimate Team. Now, if you are new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and leave a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new. I drop daily Madden 22 content on the channel. My goal for the end of the year is to hit 10K subscribers. I cannot do it without y'all's support, so I greatly appreciate it. Now, getting into it right here, we're going to have a physical receiver, Michael Thomas. We're going to have a route runner, Devonta Adams, a deep threat with Tyree Kill, and lastly a slot archetype with Wes Welker. I said this at the end of the previous ability video, but if you're watching this video and it's like a couple months later, make sure to go ahead and check the channel. I might have an updated video on this because abilities are going to be constantly changing as the overall increases. But like I said, physical receiver right here, physical receivers are actually very, very good. Michael Thomas being an 87 overall physical, I believe he is the highest overall physical receiver in the game right now. In the first slot, nothing really too much to note. Can get clutch, homer, indoor baller, throw those out the door, but he can get short and elite. So this is the first, I would say, elite ability we're going to cover. Short and elite, you know, it's hard to explain what short and elite activates on because it seems like it's almost every route, like short corners, slants, drags, a lot of short routes, a lot of routes you'd be like, hey, I didn't think that was going to activate. Short end will activate. For example, if you know what an S post is, it's pretty much like one of those posts that look like an S. Depending on where you're at in the field, that short end can activate on that as well, you know, like the initial cut in that. So short in is a very, very good ability you can put on your receivers. When an energizer, I would say maybe to stay away from on wide receivers. Receivers do fatigue fast, but I would much rather just go ahead and sub in a wide receiver because there's a lot more good wide receivers. But I mean, if you're really rocking like an ability and that's a key part of your offense, maybe I could see you running that. But I would put those abilities maybe in like a C or B tier if we were doing a tier list. Now an ability slot 2 right here, clutch, comeback, all those again, like indoor baller, get those out of here. We're not going to talk about them. Do not run those abilities. Now this right here is the ability I wanted to talk about and what makes physical receivers great. Matchup Nightmare, I think, is absolutely broken in this game. Like, it is wild. I think it activates on every single route, every single throw. You can ag people with this ability, even on your tight ends. And, like, I put this ability on the free Randy Moss you get, who isn't a physical archetype, I don't believe. I would just say, screw it, Randy Moss down there somewhere. And I would ag, like, say, outside quarter zones, all that. This ability might be the best receiver ability in the game. I'm not lying. If you haven't tried it out before on your wide receiver, go ahead and try it out. You will not regret it. Next up though, we got two pretty good abilities, mid in, mid out, elite. Mid in and mid out I like. If you run like kind of, I would say a curl based offense. I know it sounds kind of weird saying that, but if you throw a lot of curls, these abilities are super, super good. Like I used to just absolutely just low ball curl and U trips, specifically that curl flat play where you got two curls on both sides of the field, two curl flat concepts. A very, very good ability if you use it like that. If that's not your style, you don't really need this ability. Sometimes the post one is weird, okay? So sometimes post will go ahead and activate on mid in. Sometimes it's deep in as well. It kind of depends on the post, you know, it's kind of like even short in can sometimes activate on like shorter breaking post, master post, you know what I mean? So it's kind of a little bit difficult to gauge what exactly is considered like this will activate for mid in. Reach for it on a wide receiver, I would not get. Recuperation, again, pretty much the same thing I said about that in Energizer. Red zone threat, I feel like red zone threat might be good this year, but I think, again, what I said about matchup nightmare could get the same thing accomplished as red zone threat. Might not be as consistent, but red zone threat last year was the definition of not consistent. So I would just go ahead, probably stay away from it because, again, it's very inconsistent. Now short out elite, pretty much the same thing I said about short in. I think short in is better. Short out specifically, you remember the S post we were talking about. Now if you're on like the numbers, like say like trips tight end, PA shot wheel, you know, that little post or whatever, if you have short out elite, that's when that will activate on the initial cut. Short out is very, very good for specific offenses, but for the most part I would say short in is better. Now slotomatic, I have ran slotomatic for about since the game dropped almost. I don't like this ability. I can say is I don't like it. I don't think it's consistent. You don't really know what route to work on it. I'm not a fan of slotomatic. Now right here we got Devonta Adams, a route runner archetype. With his abilities, again in the first slot, pretty much the exact same as the physical wide receivers. Now in the second slot, the only thing that changes is matchup nightmare is now 2 AP. But one of the abilities he can get outside apprentice. Now outside apprentice for me, I like slot apprentice a lot better, but outside apprentice, it's okay. You can put post corners on your wide receiver. You can put C routes on them as well, which are two routes I really like this year. Two main ones I would say that actually are very good are the fade stop and also the post, the skinny post. And what a fade stop is pretty much like a curl that you can smart route to make it like an even deeper curl. It's very good and can lead to some unique concepts on offense. So the skinny post, a lot of times skinny post will one, cook up man coverage, and two, lead to some one play touchdown formulas. So it's good. I just kind of want to wait till hot route master. I don't really like running apprentice abilities on specific wide receivers right now. I don't know if that's just me, but again, I'm just gonna wait till hot route master. Hopefully, you know, legend drop, give me a slow hot route master quarterback, please. And then the only other different ability is gonna be route tech. Route tech is so good. I think it's necessary on it only being 2 AP. Not bad at all. This will pretty much just guarantee that you fry man coverage, just absolutely kill it. Also works against match coverage as well. I think route tech might be, if matchup nightmare isn't the best, I think route tech is probably the best ability right now for receivers. Now right here we got Tyree Kill, who is a deep threat archetype. Deep threats now can get matchup nightmare in the first slot for 2 AP once again, and they can get return man. Just no. But other than that, pretty much all the abilities we already covered he can get as well. Now right here we got a slot wide receiver, Wes Welker right here. Now he can get some interesting abilities. He can get slotomatic for 2 AP in the first slot, which again, I actually ran this on him specifically. I don't really like this. And in the second slot, he can get route tech for 3 AP, which again is a very good ability. But the main thing he can get is slot apprentice. Now, if you're gonna run an apprentice, I think slot apprentice is the best one. It is so good. You get the good post, you get the good crossers, you get like a stop and go as well, like a double move. And for some reason, I'm completely blanking on the last route. But yeah, slot apprentice is definitely the better apprentice in my opinion. Obviously, wide receiver apprentice would probably be the best. But yeah, that's pretty much been going over every single ability that wide receivers can get in Madden 22 Ultimate Team. If I had to tell you some abilities that I would recommend, one would be Matchup Nightmare. That is probably my favorite ability. Other abilities include Short and Elite, Route Tech, and also Slot Apprentice. Let me know down in the comments what abilities you are rocking on your receivers in Ultimate Team. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on the video and also subscribe. I appreciate y'all clicking on to the video, but other than that, man, has been your boy Dill, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.